What the heck is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the disaster prevention kit and if it's kind of worth it and does it cause low rail pressure. The majority of the questions I'm getting on the kit is, hey man, do you really think it's worth the 400 bucks, and does it cause low rail pressure because some of the other competitor kits on the market don't supply enough fuel to the Cp4, which in return will cause low rail pressure, obviously. But I figured my truck here would be a perfect kind of test for that because I'm running the Warren 55% over Cp4, which obviously requires more fuel than a stock Cp4. And also on the SPE test truck, he's running a Exergy 10 mil Cp4, and that thing runs just fine. So we're running the hot tune, we're running the 55 over Cp4. If it's gonna cause low rail pressure, we'll find out today. All right, so really quick, the main quick connect fitting that comes off of the main distribution block, this is where I didn't have enough thread tape on, and you can see a little bit of fuel kind of seeping up through, and you'll be able to tell right away because the thread tape will be like saturated with fuel. See how mine is clean, white, and dry right now? That means that there's obviously no fuel coming up through.
Everyone's comment like, dude, that truck ain't fast. That's not fast.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty fast.
It's really fast.
For a stock engine and stock trans truck with a turbo and a bigger fuel pump, like, it's pretty intense. If we don't drop rail pressure on those, it's never dropping rail pressure.
Nope.
I data logged it. I data logged the whole deal here. Save. I mean, like, I was spinning. Every gear was just spinning. I didn't have the differential locked like an idiot, so it was a one tire fire. But
one tire fire.
So the POWERSTROKE transmission is always learning, right? So when you're daily driving it, it's not seeing you putting down like crazy power. So it's like, oh, I don't need to shift hard. So then when you go to like hammer it, it's kind of like confused because it's used to your daily driving, you know, method with, you know, how your foot is on the pedal and throttle position, the whole process. So whenever you go to hammer it, it's gonna be a little confused. So what I do is I always do like two pulls, you know, one kind of moderately hard and then the second one like very hard. So it's like, all right, I see that I'm gonna be handling some power now. It's time to change the shifting around a little bit, shift a little firmer. Like the first two pulls there, it was kind of confused. It didn't know really what to do. And then the third one, the final one, was just hard, firm shifts in, always in. It wasn't like hesitating or kind of like going back and forth between gears. It never slipped. It's just kind of like, it's hard to explain.
Well, it's learning. That's what it does. It adapts.
It's the adaptive transmission, 6R140. So I don't know. There you go. Just a little note for you guys. So if you get in your truck, you're daily driving, and you go to hammer it, and you're like, dude, my transmission's like being real weird. You got to give it a second, do another pull, and then, you know, it'll be shifting right. All right, so that's the hardest I've ever drove the truck with that disaster prevention kit on there. Ooh, I almost ran that right in the hood. So normally if these trucks have a rail pressure issue, if you drop rail pressure, it'll throw a code. Even if you're tuned or whatever, you'll still have a check engine light, which you will have to manually go in and clear, but no check engine light, so we didn't drop rail pressure. If we did, it didn't drop enough to throw a code, and we were giving her the juice. I'm gonna check to see if we got any leaks or anything, but I don't smell any diesel. If something on this system is leaking, you will immediately know because there will be diesel spraying everywhere. Here, I'll take the camera. It's hot under here, I'll tell you that. Whoo, buddy. All right, so anyways, what you want to look for is wet thread tape. all the thread tape is dry. So we have a fully functioning disaster prevention kit. You see the stainless line going down there. I want to melt my light. Right here, stainless line. This is the feed line that feeds the pump heads, which then get pressurized and then sent to the fuel rails. Everything is bone dry. 1/8/21, 412. Rail pressure test. Okay, so that's the one that we want. So play data log. Okay, so we want to be looking at injection pressure up here. So desired is what the tune in the truck is calling for. Actual is what the actual injection pressure is. So we want D and A to be right around the same. Let me go back through here because I missed the pull already. All right, so looking through here, keep an eye on boost pressure. When boost pressure is at like 42.4, that's max PSI, so we know we're really sending it. All right, so we hit max boost right there. Injection pressure is hovering. Go back right there. Okay, so 42.6 is max, is the max that the map sensor will read on the intake plenum. So we hit max boost, and injection pressure desired is 28 or 29,000, and then actual is 28.2, which is right spot on where it needs to be. So you can see even engine RPM, we're higher up in the engine RPMs, we're at 3,020. The GPS speed 48, there's no way, we're going way faster than 48. But yeah, so there you go. So according to the log, the injection pressure stayed right with the desired pressure, so you know what that means. No rail pressure drop. All right, guys, so after today and after, you know, driving the truck for a little bit on just more of like a daily style, today was the first day that I actually like hammered the truck. It runs very well. There's no issues with it. So question number one is, does it drop rail pressure? No. You've seen my truck, that's a 55 over pump. We just hammered it. No fuel issues whatsoever. And then for the second question, do I really recommend spending the $400? Okay, so I'm gonna get super honest with you. My truck has 86 and some change miles on it. And probably within the last 1,200 to 2,000 have had the worn 55 over pump, and that's a new reman pump. So my previous CP4 is sitting on the bench right there, and that pump had 84-ish thousand miles, and 90% of those were all tuned, and me driving like a idiot basically for the YouTube channel that was commercially hauling in the gas field as an oil field hotshot. That was me getting fuel in like some super sketchy gas stations where I shouldn't have been getting fuel there. Their tanks definitely had some crap in them. So what I'm getting at is I've never had a problem previously. Like I've never had an issue with my CP4. Now you get on Google, you get on some forums, stuff like that, you're gonna see a whole bunch of horror stories with the CP4. You know, like Cummins is getting a lot of flack for their 19 to 20 trucks with the CP4 on there. I think they did something where they like updated them or, you know, whatever. You see guys that are, you know, having problems with that. But me personally, I've never had an issue with the CP4. Now I always ran the Hot Shot Secret EDT, the everyday treatment. I put that in the performance dose. Every single fill up, anytime I got fuel, I put that in. I always made sure I did that. And then I also tried to stay up on maintenance as much as I could, meaning fuel filters, now the back, rear, water separator, the big housing, and then you have the top one under the hood. But like I said, I was getting fuel in some very sketchy places that definitely had some kind of water, definitely had some kind of dirt in the fuel, you know, like out of like the like job site tanks where I'm filling up out of those. So I was definitely getting fuel in some sketchy places where that would have introduced some type of contaminant to the CP4. You know, they're real big on not getting dirt or water into the CP4. Now, I don't know if it's just because these 17 and up trucks have a better fuel filtration system, such as the water separator, big filtered one underneath the bed, and then it has the second one up top. I'm kind of just giving you my personal experience with my truck back there. I've never had an issue with the CP4. If you do have CP4 failure, you're gonna wipe out your injectors, your fuel lines, your fuel cooler. It's a big, big process to get that done. So, I don't know. I'm just giving you this information. You guys can make your decision based off of this video. But other than that, the truck's absolutely ripping, and I am pumped on how fast it is with the stock wheels. What do you guys think? Do you like the stock wheels? I took my big ugly ones off for winter, just because I don't feel like really refinishing them in the spring. So basically what this video was is whenever I get a whole bunch of questions, like kind of around 1 or 2 topics, I'll just make a video about it because it seems like that's a popular question. And there seems to be a lot of interest around these disaster prevention kits. They're a pretty big deal for the 6.7 Powerstroke. But all right, that's it. I'm starting to ramble. I hope this video helped you in any way possible. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, join the Modern Diesel family. As always, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.